I watch movies like this. All it takes is one thing for me. I hear a knock on the wall and I'm the only one in the house. I'm moving out. What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. There's a brand new horror film on Netflix, and it's much different than what I anticipated. This movie is called His House. Today I'm going to tell you whether it's worth watching or not. We're going to talk about it. Leave your comments down below, and let's go to his house now. So, a refugee couple makes a harrowing escape from war-torn South Sudan, but then they struggle to adjust to their new life in an English town that has an evil lurking beneath the surface. Remy Weeks is our director here, first-time director, and it's a very difficult kind of movie to capture because not only do you have to nail the visuals, not only do you have to scare us as an audience because you establish, right off the bat, this is a horror film. It's a layered story, so you have to convey and display that in a way that's going to keep us going throughout the movie because it's a very easy type of film to throw us off with its pacing. Fortunately, His House does a lot well. And we're talking on a visual level, on a scare level. And again, I say this all the time. I don't get scared. I don't get jump scared. I like films that creep me out, and I really like jump scares when they're executed properly. And even though there were a couple of moments where maybe the music cues it up a bit too predictably, or maybe you can kind of anticipate the scare is about to come, when the scare happens, because of how good the visuals are, because of how well it's shot, the use of camera movement here is so effective. His House does its job. It does its job extremely well. And then you get into the story of it all. Then the idea of this couple, a man who says, we have to stay here. We cannot go back to South Sudan. We cannot go back to our old home because of how horrible it was for us trying to escape that life. And his wife sits there and says, look at where we are. We're sitting here and trying to avoid eating bugs. The wallpaper is tearing off of the wall. This is a disgusting home. We cannot stay here. We must go back. Running away from our past isn't going to help. So we have one character who is essentially trying to escape the past, the other who is trying to embrace it and at least take on a similar challenge. And that is a tragic story. That is an interesting story, and it's one that really provides for an entertaining movie. I will not say from beginning to end, because there were moments, certain story beats are a bit uneven, and I felt like they may have spent a bit too much time on certain scenes where it just kept going, and I'm sitting back thinking to myself, maybe we could progress a bit quicker, but in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to recommending this movie, they're all just kind of minor quibbles, because as we move, we keep getting this awesome imagery, and he'll wake up in a completely different location. You don't know if he's imagining this or if these demons, ghosts are actually there. One, and I say one, there are multiple times when this happens, really effective thing that happens where he's flipping on and off the lights, and every time the lights go off, we see these ghosts. Every time they're on, we know they're still there, but we feel that presence, and I'm just sitting back going, this is so effective. I don't know who thought of this and who thought of a lot of these scares and the imagery that we get with that. It's really impressive, especially for a first-time director. But again, you have this real-life situation almost, these circumstances that our couple is going through. And then towards the end of the movie, they start to butt heads a little bit, and they also start losing it. They've become almost numb to the situation, but it's really taking a toll on them, and you can tell the character of Rial and Bowl, they are a fascinating couple on two completely different ends of the spectrum in terms of what they want for their lives. And once you start getting those answers as to why these ghost-like creatures are here, that adds a new layer to the story. We also have an appearance from Matt Smith, which I thought was a bit random, but I love Matt Smith, and I really love these two leads. I thought they did a phenomenal job, and for a first-time director, you really can't tell. So we have a family drama, one of the scarier movies of the year, some great imagery, really good aspects when it comes to His House. My score is a 72%, a really solid, dramatic horror film on Netflix. A shocker. I didn't know what to anticipate, but I thoroughly enjoyed my time. I need your comments down below. How did you feel about His House? What worked? What didn't work? Was it a bit uneven for you? Appreciate you guys for watching. If you like these reviews every single weekend, be sure to leave this vid a thumbs up. We're going to do more, and stay tuned for a very special Amazon Prime review of Truth Seekers later today.